Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about this Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leak that has been going around. Some people have been claiming that it's true based on the person who leaked it, which apparently has access to the PRIMA strategy guide and risked it all in order to leak something over the internet. So I'm not going to tell you guys whether to believe it or not. Heck, a lot of this stuff I don't believe, but we're going to go down it and just kind of get what you guys think. So starting off with the characters, you have Black Knight and Echo Fighter, Black Shadow and Echo Fighter, Dixie Kong, Geno, Incineroar, Ken and Echo Fighter, Mach Rider, Shadow and Echo Fighter, Steve and Vault Boy. The stages: Helios 1, Mach Rider, Overworld, Pac Maze, Pokefloats 2, Assist Trophies, 9 Volt, Captain Rainbow, Champions of Hyrule, Creeper, Fawful, GB, Klonoa, Nabbit, Rabbids, Shantae, Solitaire, Astora, Tails, Toadsworth, Travis Touchdown, Wii Remote Safety Instructor, and the new Pokemon in the game: Alolan Geodude, Blaziken, Cosmog, Decidueye, Diglett, Fletchling, Hitmonchan, Lycanroc, Necrozma, Neelago, Skitty, Solrock, Tapu Fini, Tapu Koko. Sorry if I mispronounced any of those because I know I did with some of the Pokemon and maybe some of the other characters there. But either way, guys, this is an absolute insane list. This is insane for many different reasons, and like I've stated before, I don't think a lot of this is true. I don't know why somebody who has access to a PRIMA guide, which would be in limited numbers, obviously Nintendo is going to be somewhat careful with these things, so it's going to be a limited amount of people that have access to these things, and this could trace back to them. If it ends up being real, this could trace back to them very quickly. We saw this with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo 3DS, where somebody, I think it was a Nintendo employee, leaked the characters like Bowser Jr. and Duck Hunt Dog and a lot of this stuff beforehand, and Nintendo Ninjas tracked that dude down and prosecuted him. So this person, if this is true, is taking a huge risk. Now here's what I think with these. Before I get into the actual picks, hypothetically speaking, here's what I think about this. This person might have had access or privy to some knowledge beforehand, and he mixed in some garbage with some actual true things in order to kind of throw people off a bit or make it seem as if it could be a fake leak. So he didn't exactly say everything, provided no pictures. I guess there's some high resolution renders or something like that, but I don't know about those. I'm going on the GameFAQs board, which is the only place that I can find where this was listed out on, and apparently somebody from that has access or something like that to the PRIMA strategy guide did it. But like I said, I do not believe a lot of this. But let's go down here. I mean, the Black Knight, Black Shadow, all of those Echo Fighters, I guess those could be somewhat believable, and also Ken as well, somewhat believable as an Echo Fighter for Ryu. They can change up a couple things. I know I talked about how I wouldn't want Ken as a normal Echo Fighter just because Ken is my favorite Street Fighter character, and there are quite a number of things, but I mean, it does seem like something that Nintendo and Sakurai could just do, like, hey, let's just throw Ken in there and just give him some different properties. If you don't like Ryu and what he can do, maybe Ken would be a better option for you. So there you go with that. Now the big one on this whole list with new characters is definitely Geno, Steve, and Vault Boy. I should say the big ones more like it. So let's talk about Geno first. Now Geno is a character that's already been rumored to be in this one here, and it has also been rumored to be a pick for like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, like dating back all the way to that one, which I would think that would be like the hottest that Geno would ever get to being in Super Smash Bros. Just because that was the closest to Super Mario RPG that we've been, right? There has been no other Super Mario RPG, and Geno is a huge fan favorite. Geno is a character that people want. Square Enix and Nintendo have been getting closer and closer with each generation. We've seen a little bit more and a little bit more for Nintendo platforms from Square Enix. So could Geno make it into this one? It's possible. I think that one is somewhat likely that Geno gets in at some point, but we never know with this one. Like I said, Geno was already supposed to be in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. He was supposed to be in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, or rumored more like it. So maybe he makes it in this time. We also have Steve. So it's funny because one of my users is a huge Minecraft fan, and he was thinking that Steve's going to get in, and I was like, there's no way Steve gets in, and I still don't think Steve is going to get in until I actually see Steve in the game. So I don't think this is going to happen, but if you look at the history with Nintendo and Minecraft, obviously Nintendo and Mojang have a great relationship, and they did a Nintendo 2DS XL with Minecraft, a Creeper or whatever, 2DS XL Minecraft. So I guess, I mean, I'm not saying it's not like, it's not possible at all, like there is no chance, but I'd be very shocked and surprised if Steve actually had a chance at making it into Super Smash Bros. Like, what a bland character. But anyway, Vault Boy. That's the big one here, because it's like, okay, can Vault Boy make it in? Bethesda and Nintendo have a big relationship, right? Like, we've seen that, but mainly with the Western branch, right? I mean, is Sakurai privy to all of that? Like, back when he was putting the proposals, was Vault Boy one of those things where Bethesda's like, hey, you know what? Like, Vault Boy should get in there. I know that, I think Pete Hines said that Nintendo and them have been talking about Super Smash Brothers and getting a character, like one of their characters, in there. So Pete Hines did confirm that, yeah, he's talked to Nintendo about Super Smash Brothers. So maybe Vault Boy would have been one of those characters. And I would say this: if Vault Boy, remember, this is all hypothetically speaking, not because I believe it or anything, but hypothetically speaking, if Vault Boy did get in, he could be one of the most creative characters in there, because unlike Steve, Vault Boy has a bunch of different perks that he can do, a bunch of different animations, and just like, let's say, Game & Watch, for example, they can animate him doing all these different ones that he's done in, like, the perks that you see for Fallout. So, like, that could be something that could be fun. Obviously, they'd have to tame down some of the perks that he has in there, because some of them are pretty kind of gruesome and probably over the age rating for Super Smash Brothers, so he wouldn't be able to have access to all of them, but he would still be able to have access to a lot of them. And heck, they can even make him like Monado arts, right? Like, you can have different perks that you can activate during the battle. I mean, that's something that they could do for Vault Boy. He would be a much more interesting character than Steve, because Steve is Steve and Vault Boy is Vault Boy. I mean, I would just be a lot more happy with Vault Boy than Steve, but then again, it's like whatever at this point, hypothetically speaking, with all of this stuff here. But Geno would be cool. I do believe like Incineroar is going to be there, so if he is in there, whatever, he's in there, that's great, right? But I mean, just these leaks, man, and this stuff that's going on, I just don't know if this is going to be true. I mean, it could be right, but I still think it's a blend, right, of this person who maybe has some access to some information and then is also throwing in some like stuff in there to not necessarily come back on him, right? Because that's the thing, if you leak something and it's 100% accurate, then you know, like, then that limits the potential pool of people. However, if you leak something and then you put a bunch of other stuff in there, then it's like, okay, well, this person just took educated guesses. It becomes that, right? Because this stuff has been rumored before. Geno, people have talked about Steve, I mean, people have talked about Vault Boy, all this stuff has been rumored before. Shadow, now all the other stuff like the Pokemon and the assist trophies and the stages, okay, that seems like it'd be more of actually having privy to some knowledge or not. But then again, at the same time, it could be educated guesses. We've seen this before. We've seen people get this stuff. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but it just seems like it would be tough for him to get educated guesses on all of these, and they're just so precise in what they talk about here. But it could be like, hey, these are actually true, like with the stages, the assist trophies, the Pokemon, but the characters, there's just some stuff thrown in there. I'm not really sure. My mind is kind of boggled at this point to what's going to be going on, but I'll say this with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, guys. I don't even care who else they add to the mix. I'm good, because there's already so many different characters in there. This is already going to be one of the biggest, if not the best, crossover fighting game ever. I think it's going to be that. Based on what we've seen here, it just looks so good. There's so many different characters. You know it plays good. They have to shore up some things for the competitive scene, but based on what we've been hearing and the fact that Nintendo had a tournament and everything and invited some of the best Melee and Super Smash Brothers for Wii U players in the world to that, I'm thinking that they're definitely going to want to make sure that they nail down that aspect of the game as well. They've made some great changes that came from the competitive Smash Brothers community with how you pick stages and characters and everything like that. So I do feel that they are going to take the necessary precautions to balance things out, and of course they're going to have updates just like they did with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. They're going to have updates. They're going to continue to support the game, and I don't feel we're going to get another Smash Brothers game anytime soon. So I think that this game is going to have a long shelf life, because I think Sakurai has literally made this game to where it can last pretty much the next 5-6 years, no problem, until Nintendo does their next system or there's the next thing. But even when they do the next system, it's still like, okay, well, we can play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate like backwards compatibility. I would hope that there'd be some backwards compatibility in there. So I'm not sure about these leaks here, but this does just seem, man, like Sakurai could pull out some craziness. Now, I know I did a video a while back saying that Western characters probably aren't going to be in there, and I think I put like Crash and Spyro, and this leak doesn't have those. But Steve and Vault Boy would definitely be the first real Western characters from Western IPs put in there as playable fighters. I know we have Diddy Kong, which is technically a Western character because Rare developed Diddy Kong, but it was based off of the Donkey Kong IP, which is Japanese. So technically there already is, I guess, a Western character in there, but at the same time, it's not the same thing as like a Vault Boy or a Steve, which is like completely IP and everything Western developed. So it's just crazy. It's crazy if these characters happen to get in. I don't think they're going to, but once again, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is coming out very soon here, guys. It's going to be December before you know. It's already almost October. We've pretty much blown through summer and everything, and it's going to be a couple months, and bam, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is here. Heck, next month we have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate bundle that's going to be coming out on November 2nd. So that's going to be here next month pretty much. Once we get into October, then the following month in November, that's going to be here. So it's coming faster than you know. So obviously there's going to be some leaks and stuff that get through the cracks just like last time, but we'll have to wait and see on this one. Not sold 100% on it, but I do think that some of this stuff could be real. But I don't know about this dude. Like, why risk everything, man, for this PRIMA strategy guy, dude? Like, how'd you get access to it? What happened? Why risk, you know, getting it tracked back to you for this? For what? You know, I don't think there's enough in there. But then again, people do weird things all the time. People have leaked stuff for no reason. People have put out fake stuff. You never know with this. So I'm being cautiously, not even optimistic, I'm just being cautious about this one. Not sure about it. But once again, you guys can discuss what you guys think. So link in the description below if you want to see the full listing and all of that. What do you guys think about this post here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.